A lot of guys.
That's a lot of alien action.
You're going to see things go bad pretty quickly here. Yeah. There's the other alien species coming in. There they are, fighting
it out.
Oh, this looks great.
Yeah, the art design on this game is incredible. I love the ship design. I love the robot design.
Yeah.
Just the choreography of this intro battle is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's good. And I think that's one of the first things you notice taking a look at this game. People see it for the first time. They're just like, whoa, you know, it really catches the eye. We'll see that more as we dig in.
Now you can see the battle looks like it's going okay, but you're going to see some impact on Earth. Okay, poor choice of words. You're going to see what's happening to us in the middle of all this battle is we're just getting annihilated while they're fighting. Ethan, feel free to translate some of the subtitles.
There's just kind of a narration here explaining what, you know, that Earth kind of was this chosen battlefield and that, you know, these two forces have converged, basically summing up some of the stuff you've already said, and that the forces of Earth, you know, got together to try this sort of grand escape plan.
It's our last-ditch effort, basically, to get away from the battlefield, since we know there's no hope left for the Earth itself.
Yep.
And you can see, you're going to see our arc ships taking off.
Yep.
And then you're going to see the Earth blowing up.
Ah, well.
There it goes.
Thanks for coming by, everyone.
Yeah, so, you know, have a good day. Just lifting your spirits, get things off.
So this is one of the arc ships you were talking about.
Now, these things are vast. You can see that's an entire city inside of that unit, inside of the arc ship. We're pursued by the aliens. We do what we can to fight back. But the arc ship,
these are the Earth forces kind of fighting off the aliens that are pursuing them during their escape. This is actually inside the ship itself.
But this specific arc ship gets knocked out of space and crashes into this alien planet.
Right.
Xenoblade Chronicles X takes place on this alien planet. You can see one of the city spheres basically landing. The population, for the most part, survives the impact, but there are escape pods that the humans escape into.
Right.
We're going to get into the gameplay in just a few moments so you can see what happens when your player character gets awakened from the stasis pod for the first time.
Right.
And that's right where the game starts here.
Okay. All right. It kind of just drops us into the action here.
We're going to start off with a little bit of character creation. I'm going to go through this character creation really quickly. There's a lot of customization that you have at your disposal.
Sure, of course.
We could get lost in this one for a while. I'm going to go for some silver hair.
And I love that we're doing this. I mean, it's not often that you get to see an RPG that's not out yet. That we're just showing from the beginning. So I'm happy that we're able to do this. Previously, we've just been able to show little snippets of this game.
Right.
So
obviously, this everything's still in Japanese. Clearly,
yeah.
Not everyone is bilingual.
This
Ethan
is true.
Here,
this is true.
So
no,
this is
Rich was skipping through pretty quickly, but
yeah, sorry about jumping through. I want to get into the gameplay really badly.
I want to see.
And as far as character creation options, it's cool that you can spend a lot of time, like getting hair color perfect, and getting your eyes to look either to match your own eyes or go for these nice cyber organic eyes.
Well, because if you're gonna commit yourself to this journey, you want to make sure that you have exactly the
you look exactly. You've got the right heart tattoo on your face.
So what we're going through right now is your stasis pod being opened up by the first person that you meet, another survivor from that great invasion.
Right. And so this also begins kind of a little sub-narrative that not everyone who made the journey with that sort of departure ship landed safely with the city, and there's a smaller group of people that are kind of scattered out there that need to be recovered and brought back.
And you're going to find your way through to the very first survivors to escape the crash, and you're going to spend some time looking for other survivors as well. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get deeper into the game.
Yep.
Here are your first moments as you're waking up out of the stasis pod. I'm going to start skipping some of these cutscenes after you get kind of the flavor for it, because I do want us to see some of the gameplay pretty quickly here. But I want to set the scene properly before we jump into it.
So this is Elma, and she's one of the sort of scouts, one of the warriors from the city out looking for survivors, and she's found you at this point.
And there we are, barely conscious. pulled out of the stasis pod. Now at this point I'm going to jump into it. Elma is going to explain a little bit of what we've explained to you as well, about what your current situation is on this alien planet. I'm going to take this opportunity to skip ahead just a little bit so that you can see some of the free roaming of this game. We start off in a pretty constrained environment, just to get kind of the feel for battle and the feel for...
it wants you to enter your name.
I'm just going to... Yeah, let's just name him Ethan. You guys can't see what's going on down here. It's fine.
But to speak to that constrained environment, that's something that changes very quickly.
I name all my characters Ethan. It's just it's a routine. It's a thing I do.
Oh,
thanks, Rich.
You just made his day.
What an honor.
So Elma is
she
just
thinks it's a good name, by the way.
Yeah, well, it is. It's a very strong name. She's figuring out what it is that you remember about your time before.
Yep.
We're going to jump through this, too, and I just want to get into some of the battle now.
Yeah. Sure.
And some of the exploration. People who have played Xenoblade Chronicles are going to feel that this is very familiar. There are a lot of elements that they'll recognize.
And, I mean, a lot of people know this is a long-standing series. There have been a lot of titles in the series. And for people who have been fans of the series, I'm sure they've recognized it in some of the footage that has already come out about this game. But they're going to see things they recognize from even further back than the Wii game. Dating back to the series origins and stuff that'll look really familiar, and I think that's a really nice nod to people who have stuck with this series for a long time.
Right.
So here it is, nighttime, a little mist in the air. I've got an arrow that you can see right here telling me where I ought to go. We're going to find our way into the first battle pretty quickly. As I'm exploring here, I'm going to stumble across other artifacts that have crashed from the Ark ship.
Right.
Yeah. Did you play Xenoblade on the Wii at all, or did you?
I didn't. I think I was looking over your shoulder a lot when you were playing it.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with that game.
You've been a big Xenoblade guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did not finish the one on the Wii, but I still need to get back to it. But it was great. It was awesome.
So we're going to crack into this pod here and see what we discover out of this.
Talking about targeting. And all of a sudden we're in a battle. This is just kind of the first intro battle.
Now I'm going to try to run away from this guy for a little bit just to talk about what's going on here.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the screen you can see run. You can see the arts palette.
Yep.
That arts palette down there represents my current skill set. I haven't even started attacking this guy yet, so I'm going to pull out my gun and jump into some auto attacks. Now these auto attacks, they're my basic attack. You can see there's a... next to my character profile up there. Whoa! I should do not take my hand off the gamepad. Don't choose self. I'm going to cast a quick shield over here and then get in tight on this guy.
Yep.
Switch over to my knife. Now when I'm using my arts, I'm using up these technical points, these TP that power all of my arts.
Right.
I can build those TP up faster by going into a melee attack, which brings me in close to the enemy, or I can switch to a ranged attack that allows me to get farther away from what he's doing and kind of build up points more slowly, but be at a little less risk as I'm fighting. Now I keep doing this thing where I'm taking my hand off the gamepad. That didn't work out so well for me a moment ago.
Like battles in Xenoblade on the Wii were real time as well, and anybody who had played the game already probably recognized some familiar elements to the UI they saw there. That arts palette along the bottom, but yeah, everything happens in real time, and including those B button events, to get yourself little bonuses. There's no turn-based, waiting for turns, like you see in a lot of more traditional Japanese RPGs.
I want to talk about that quick B button thing that we did. That was in the Japanese, they're calling it a soul voice. That soul voice is something that your partner shouts out to you in combat, and if I get that timing right, I get a benefit. In this case, I would have got hit points back. There's no way to heal other players using your arts. You can shield yourself, you can heal yourself, but there's nothing that you can do about your partners except with that soul voice. So I need to be paying pretty good attention to what's going on, and I need to be taking advantage of those opportunities.
Yep.
I'm going to grab a few little items as I'm running along here. If you played Xenoblade Chronicles, you would recognize some of these as quest-based items that you get as you talk to some of the townspeople in your hub towns. They'll ask you to search for things, and you'll find those things for them. It's stuff that you grab out in the field. You can also see over the monsters here their level